Hello, welcome to Focus on Hernando. 25 years ago in Hernando County, a small group of volunteers got together and shared a vision of providing care and assistance to the terminally ill in Hernando County. And today, HPH Hospice provides that type of care and support to hundreds, thousands of people actually in Pasco and Hernando County. And today I'm talking with Mary Kay Sandell and Paula Haydon with HPH Hospice. And Mary Kay, you are the volunteer coordinator. Yes. For the West Campus here in Hernando County, and I know Hospice couldn't provide the services that it provides without the assistance of all of its volunteers. How long have you been leading that effort here in Hernando County?
I've been with HPH Hospice for about 7 years now.
Okay. And as the volunteer coordinator, what does that consist of? For instance, how many volunteers do you coordinate?
Well, right now I have about 250. We have in all of Hernando about 400, a little bit over 400 volunteers. But on our campus, we have, that I'm in charge of, we have about 250.
So it is true that if you didn't have the volunteers, Hospice just wouldn't be able to provide the assistance that it does.
Right. They help us in all aspects. In the office, caring for patients. We have a hospice house and a care center on our campus, and the volunteers have different shifts there, and they take care of our patients, provide food, help out with the families, whatever needs to be done.
So you did recently celebrate 25 years in Hernando County, and it was very appropriate that you opened a new care center during your 25th year. That's just been a few months ago, right? In fact, we showed a picture of it in the opening slide there. I know you're very proud of that, and it provides a lot of assistance to many families in Hernando County. There's a similar campus in Pasco County, though. Is that right? Okay.
Right. We also have in Zephyr Hills, we have a hospice house and a care center right on campus.
Okay. On an average day, how many patients do you have there at the care center?
At the care center, it's a 24-bed facility, and it's kind of up and down because the stay there is usually a week to 2 weeks. Okay. So we can have anywhere from 12 patients to recently we had about 20. So it varies there. At the hospice house, we have 8 patients, and that's usually filled. We do have a waiting list, but if someone needs the hospice house and there's an opening, we'll let them go into the house.
What is the difference?
The hospice house, we have patients there for maybe 2 to 3 months. Life expectancy, and at the care center it's from a week to 2 weeks. There's more clinical care. There might be an issue with pain management, maybe a caregiver issue, so it's more end-of-life care at the care center.
Okay, and the volunteers that you have working with you, what types of things do they do, and what type of training do they have to have? Okay,
we have orientations every month, either at our office in West Hernando or the office in East Hernando in Brooksville. I currently have one coming up in January, the 27th and 29th of January, and it's a 2-day orientation, 8 hours a day. We bring in the different staff members. Paula helps me with the orientation also. We bring in different staff members, volunteers, so that the new volunteers can get an idea of what we do. And basically, we have patient care volunteers and non-patient care volunteers. The non-patient are more the people that work in the office, filing, answering phones, attending health fairs. And then as far as patient care, it's taking care of our patients on campus and then also in the homes so the caregivers can get some relief.
So there's really a wide range of duties that a volunteer can do. Okay, you have all sorts of needs.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Paula, congratulations. I understand that you've just been honored with an award, or you're about to be honored with an award, a national award. Tell us a little bit about that as a volunteer.
Well, I was very surprised. Mary Kay nominated me, and I heard just a little over a month ago that I had won. It's from the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization. Lots of words I have to think about that.
That palliative care is kind of hard to say, but okay.
And so it is a great honor. It's something that I never expected. And
how long have you been volunteering for Hospice?
I've been volunteering for 10.5 years.
Okay. And what got you started?
Well, I retired about 13 years ago. I played a lot of golf and tennis, and I did a lot of traveling, and I had a great time, but there was something lacking in my life, and I realized I had to go do something and be accomplishing something. So I started volunteering with another great organization here in Hernando and was doing that for a while. And then one day someone said hospice, and it was as though a light went on in my head. And I thought, wow, that's something I have to do. It wasn't a case of maybe I'll do it. Someone said hospice, and I just
So it was almost like a calling at that point.
It really was. And I
Yeah.
think that you see that all through hospice, the volunteers and the staff. We all feel like it's something that we have to do.
It's a mission.
It's
right?
it's a mission. And
So when you first started volunteering, you'd heard of hospice, obviously, probably in the past before
Yes.
you started volunteering there, but didn't know too much about it. What did you first start doing when you volunteered?
after I went through the training course, I started working in Hudson at our hospice house. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I worked mostly in the kitchen, but I also did a lot of visiting with the patients. And we didn't have a hospice house up here in Hernando County at that time. So I found that it was a very rewarding thing. And I had always been trained when I was younger. I had various experiences that my parents had presented that taught me that you should be giving back and helping others and so forth. And it felt like I came home when I started doing
So it
that.
was just like a perfect fit for you.
It was a perfect fit as far as my heart was telling me. When I was about 12 years old, on a Christmas Eve, my father gathered my 3 brothers together with me in the kitchen, and we talked about a family who had just lost everything that they had in a fire. And he sent us into our rooms to find things that would be helpful for their children because they were all the same age. He then took us into Boston, and we all gave of things that were important to us.
Okay. So that's a memory that's etched in your brain as
It
far
is.
as
It
your
is.
childhood.
I think it was a
giving.
pivotal spot in my life.
Yeah.
A good memory.
Mary Kay, why did you nominate Paula for the award?
Because of the many things that she's contributed over the years. As lead volunteer, she helps when I'm on vacation. She actually sits in my chair and handles whatever comes up and assigns volunteers. She's part of our CAP camp, which is the children's program. She'll probably talk a little bit about that. She's just involved in every aspect of hospice and is an excellent representative. She's brought in a number of volunteers.
So she has just the right mix of administrative skills and compassion that makes her a great candidate for a volunteer there.
There was no doubt in my mind.
Did you, in your work life before you retired, did you do administrative type work?
My husband and I had a small business here in town, well, in Spring Hill for a while. Before that, I was in radiation therapy for many years.
So you did have, your experience was in a combination of doing administrative work and caring for people in the healthcare area.
Yes.
So it really did seem like a perfect fit for you.
It was.
What's your favorite part about volunteering?
Talking to patients, I think. They all have a wonderful story. They have all lived interesting lives. I think many of us think, well, our life isn't really very interesting. But when you start talking to them, you learn new things. You learn where they're from and about their families and the experiences that they've had. And I think that's one of the nicest things that I can do.
Well, you meet a lot of people because it's not only the patients but also their family members and friends that come in to visit them, and you kind of get to know them a little bit as well. So
that's right. They might have been a railroad conductor, or they might have been they might be an ex-Rockette, or football. We've had football players and all sorts of wonderful people.
And not to mention all the other volunteers you work with and getting to know them because they all share the values that you have and the passion that you have for helping others, and so you have a lot in common with them as well.
That's right. It's like a family.
Yeah.